Okay, day 145, the Awan brothers. I'm in Chicago now. Different computer, so I don't know if it's causing wavy lines or not. But anyway, let's dedicate this one to Rep. Louis with an E, Louis Gohmert, Gohmert. He has made some recent statements about the investigation and passing a letter around Congress to further this investigation. We're talking about Hillary giving deadly weapons to the Muslim Brotherhood in 32 countries with Stinger missiles and sarin gas, but we're also talking about giving them access, top secret access, with White House visas to foreign nationals, these five Pakistanis. Again, I'm Jewish, but I have defended Muslims from the likes of Andrew McCabe, who had kind of a fake crime set up in Portland about 7 years ago, so I'm in no way anti-Muslim. Matter of fact, I've not been treated well by Andrew since that time. So anyway, I just want a couple of news items that happened today. This is a CIA officer. His name is Bernd Sen, like Berntsen. He was on Russia Today saying that yes, the Obama administration did spy on Trump. I thought that was interesting. Now that seems to be changing. Mike Morell of the CIA also says there's not much of a hacking story anymore. So I think they realize that this whole Russia hoax thing is pulling the house down on this Awan Brotherhood story. Here's Gohmert circulating the letter. This is the Daily Caller saying, hey, I'd like to get an update on what's happening here. This came out in Russia Today where 33 million employees were hacked, especially military personnel. And here's a situation where if we went in and got Osama bin Laden out of Pakistan, you could use that information to rile up radical Islamic terrorists to hack against U.S. military personnel, medical records, etc., financial. These two companies, from our discussions on our website, on our open media research project, one is called LCC. I'm not talking about LCC.com, which is Lightbridge Communications in the United States. I'm talking about there's a company in Pakistan called LCC, which I believe was started by the Awan brothers' father, Muhammad Shah. And there's this other company called My Son, M-Y, just like it sounds, M-Y-S-O-N, and it has about 100 different Pakistani folks that I believe are coming to the United States and visiting temporarily, depending on what needs to be done in the United States. But anyway, watch those two companies because Muhammad Shah is involved with both of those. I believe the routers that have been installed around the United States potentially might have a backdoor installed in them. There was a massive upgrade done by the Obama administration technology-wise. I think the Lightbridge specializes in wireless routers, so I believe the 911 system could be compromised. That's the backdoor into it, the Amber Alert system, potentially. I also think that landlines may be compromised. So anyway, here's Paul Ryan saying, well, the House is getting help. The Capitol Police are getting outside help in this probe. I thought he was talking about us, but I think what he's trying to say is, well, the FBI or somebody else is helping out the Capitol Police. Well, what you do in America is you open an assessment in the FBI and you make it an official investigation, and that's how our system works. This is an obvious, to me, this is a cover to say, well, don't worry about it, everybody. We're going to take care of it. I don't think they're going to take care of it unless we push the case. So this is to Louis Gohmert. This situation with the Awans is exactly like the Hillary and Huma servers with the 650,000 emails. We have no idea how we've been impacted or what we've lost in these hacks. So that's why I say to Louis Gohmert that you need to send a letter out saying we at least need to see the metadata. The public needs to see the metadata from the Hillary servers, the Huma servers, and the Awan servers. That won't give away any state secrets, and we'll be able to at least do an assessment of what we've lost. We have the assistant director of the FBI, or deputy, saying, this is McCabe saying, F Flynn, F Trump, actively hostile. We've got him in another meeting here going on a tirade about how he hates Trump. We have him here not declaring his wife $675,000 from the governor of Virginia, a longtime friend of Bill Clinton. So we have motive and we have opportunity, and we need to reestablish credibility with the FBI and the CIA. Again, the Capitol Police may be getting help, but the Capitol Police, are not using the public to help identify. The pictures of the Awan should be published. The visa information, the going and coming from Pakistan, should be published. In any of the bomber or shooting situations we've had with terrorism, they've always published the photos, the passport photos. They've always let the public know about the comings and goings. They fled to Pakistan. So the server information, the information that was taken from these servers and put on this external server, none of the logs or phone records of the Awans have been published. None of the computer room pictures have been published. There's 20 congressional break-ins. We haven't heard anything about those congressional break-ins. So the Capitol Police may have help, but the outside help they should be looking for is the help of the public. Again, I'm not casting aspersions on Muslims here. I'm not the one who wrote the Daily Signal article where Attar here, a known Hezbollah sympathizer, gave them $100,000 for their failed car dealership, and he has known ties to terrorism. So the 20 burglaries, as I mentioned, haven't been talked about, and again, there's 31 Democrats. None of these folks have come forward, have written a letter back to Louis Gohmert. That what they should say is, yes, I remember them. Here's the dossier. Here's their photo. Here's what I remember of them. I can attest that I've met each one of them and personally vetted them. There should be some statement or interview by the 31 Democrats that said, yes, I can personally vouch for these folks. They came in the office every day. Here's their work record. It was outstanding, etc. Here's the evaluations I wrote for them. All the things that you would have to do for a regular employee like you or me. Their badges, so forth, access to top secret facilities and so forth. We know they got top secret clearance. This is Jackie Spear asking for it. We know Debbie Wasserman Schultz was the one who hired them. So there should be documentation in their file, in the personnel file, the annual reviews and so forth. So all that information needs to come forward and needs to be published by the Capitol Police. We know that the stepmother of the 3 boys said she was imprisoned against her will, and she was hacked. These folks had phone hacking skills. This is Imran Awan's Facebook page. He's the one who put all these police pictures and police organizations and DynCorp training and so forth on his Facebook site. He's the one who put radical jihad type photos and military jihad on his website. Again, we have the financial anomalies where they were paid 3 times as much, and we also have them owning this Nanosec Technologies, which looks like it was selling these routers to the same data centers that these guys were working in, which is an obvious conflict of interest. Nanosec Technologies. We have a doctor from Bangladesh. We don't know why she's involved. She doesn't seem to be. Seems to be very spotty records of the company they were in together. Again, we have the wives making a lot of money, and we have the 2 car dealerships that don't seem to make much sense with no records or very poor records. It looks very much like, and a mortgage company, it looks very much like Hina Alvi was the person set up for when people came into the country to get them a place to live if they were going to be here a long time, and get them a car. That way they didn't have to have any footprints as far as what car they were using or where they were living. Again, not only Nanosec Technologies were the Awans in, but then they were in this thing called the New Dawn Corporation, New Dawn 2001 Corporation. Well, we know that Operation New Dawn, which started in 2001, was the military operation in Afghanistan. So what is this? Is this a retribution? Is this a corporation for funding covert action in the U.S., hacking of medical records or financial records of U.S. soldiers. I don't know what it is, but at least we should be able to start pushing records out in the public to figure out what it is. Again, I'm not casting aspersions here. I'm going on record. This is BCCI. This is Amjad Awan. He was the one who was convicted for 12 years of money laundering. He's the one who worked with Hillary on Iran-Contra for the Mina Airport operation. This is the Mina Airport operation. Guns going south, drugs coming north to Mina, Arkansas. That's not a conspiracy thing, right? I think everyone, the movie's coming out later this year. We have Graham Drumheller, who wrote the plan for Gulen to get the drugs from Pakistan to Turkey. So it's not like we have a convicted, in Virginia right now, we have a convicted drug runner who ran that line between Pakistan and Turkey, and his name is Reza Zarab. His brother also is loose and wanted as well. They were doing the gold for oil trade between Turkey and Iran. This drug route here, called the Golden Route, is well known for the last 40 years by people in DEA. This northern route through the stands is again well known through Gulen that established that. He does silent jihad. He cuts the supports out from under the political supports out from under the ruling class and makes the coups happen very quickly. That's what he calls silent coup or silent jihad or civilized jihad or whatever he wants to call it. So, and finally we have people like Mohammed Hunzla who are coming into the United States and working for this LCC, Lightbridge Communications, in the United States. So isn't it odd that he's working for Lightbridge Communications here in the U.S., who is a U.S. defense contractor, who has worked for the Defense Information Systems Agency, and there's also a corresponding LCC in Pakistan owned by the Awan brothers' father. Again, these are terror ties. Again, we have people in Congress, Dennis Kucinich, to say, I was wiretapped. This ability here, this global information grid, gives the ability to tap anywhere in the spectrum. Anywhere in the spectrum. So I'm just putting this forward to Louis Gohmert, putting this forward to the committee and entering this in and encouraging the Capitol Police and the FBI, first the FBI to make this a true investigation, and second to involve the public like you would involve the public in any other terrorist activity.